What is going on, guys? 2.0 here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a bunch of the new improvements that Bungie have made to Destiny, along with the new winter event, The Dawning. So not only do we now have Sparrow Racing back again, as well as the new addition of strike scoring, there are quite a lot of additional features that will improve the overall experience you'll have whilst playing Destiny that are now live and are here to stay even after the event is over in 3 weeks time. The first of which is something that I know a lot of people have been asking for, and that's an increase in the drop rate of skeleton keys. Very happy with this. I did make a video that compared drop rates across 50 strikes in each playlist, and the results were surprisingly low, lower than I thought they'd be. So an increase in the drop rate is great. Now they did say it was a slight increase, but I am going to be testing it all over again, and I will bring out a video on what I find as soon as I complete all of those strikes again. But the drop rate has been increased across the board, so that's in the 320 playlist, the 350 Siva Crisis Heroic Strike playlist, and from the Nightfalls as well. So really looking forward to seeing how much of a difference it is now. But speaking of Nightfalls and skeleton keys, you will now be guaranteed to receive a skeleton key from your first Nightfall completion of the week. This is account based, not character based, so that's only one guaranteed skeleton key, but as I say, drop rates have been increased, so you can still get them on your other characters too, and you have a higher chance to them before, but it's just your first Nightfall completion every week that will guarantee you a skeleton key. Next one, the gunsmith now has the exclusive legendary weapons in his inventory that you get for reaching rank 2. You can buy these from him for legendary marks, obviously after you earn them first though, and this is great because before, if you deleted these weapons, there was no way to get them back. So anyone that has deleted them, you can now rebuy them from him, and if you've had them sat in your vault taking up space like I have, you can delete them and get them back whenever you want again. Same thing with the class items from the subclass quests, they can now be purchased from the speaker. Moving over to the Reef, Brother Vance now trades Motes of Light for passage coins, so if you are getting low on passage coins, we now have a way to directly buy them straight from him. Green engrams will now automatically be dismantled into armor materials and weapon parts when you pick them up. This will happen if your character is level 40, which again is going to be a huge improvement to the overall Destiny experience. As someone that plays a lot of strikes and enjoys playing Archon's Forge from time to time, this really is a game changer. Green engrams have been dropping for higher level players since the Rise of Iron was released, and I've been hoping that they would remove them, as back in year 2 in the Taken King, they didn't drop if you were in those higher levels. Since then though, we have found out that that was actually a glitch and they should have been dropping that whole time, but I have been hoping that they would go back to having green engrams no longer drop once you reach a certain level. Having them auto dismantle into weapon parts and armor materials though, that's even better, as we're still going to be earning those materials, but you no longer have the annoyance of them clogging up your inventory and having to go through deleting them one at a time. Also, we now have the ornaments kiosk that allows you to purchase ornaments directly for silver dust instead of having to gamble with radiant treasures. Makes it a lot easier and cheaper to get the exact ornament you want. Because of this, Xur will no longer have ornaments in his inventory, but he will be selling exotic shards again, as well as the heavy ammo stack that he sells has now been increased from 3 to 10, so you can now buy 10 heavy ammo synth from him at a time. A few quick ones here now. If you die at the end of a strike, you are now automatically revived, so you no longer have to wait for your teammates to pick you up so that you can collect your loot. The burn effect on damage dealt to us in strikes has now been reduced, and the damage that we deal to enemies has remained the same, so we will now take less burn damage but can still deal the same amount. The Iron Lord's bounties from Shiro that require you to complete certain encounters in the Archon's Forge will now have a direct effect on the Siva offerings that drop in that week. So say for example one of the bounties is for completing Shank encounters, you will get more offerings drop that are for the Shanks. This way you won't have to sit through 20 encounters waiting for that one that you need to complete your bounties. The perfected Shanks in Archon's Forge have had their shields reduced. They were by far the most difficult encounter to complete there, especially if you were at the lower light level, so these have now been brought down a bit to be on a similar level as all of the others. Wormspore can be purchased from the Vanguard Quartermaster, seen a lot of people asking for this, so good to see that there now. And Petra also has additional bounties to make it a little quicker to earn that awesome Queen's Wrath gear. Again, another one that I know a lot of players have really been holding out for. The free Radiant treasure you receive by completing your first heroic strike for the week has now been replaced with a treasure of the Dawning, which is how you obtain the new armor sets available for this winter event. And the Radiant treasure has now been moved over to your first weekly Crucible match completion. You can now wave off heavy at the start of a round so long as every player in that match waves within the first 30 seconds. Really cool feature, and now it's here to stay in public matches this time. And then lastly, the weekly Crucible bounty from Shaq packs that rewards Nightfall tier loot is now available to everyone. You used to have to complete the Mounted Top quest, which took a ridiculous amount of time, but this is no longer a requirement, so the bounty will show up for everyone now. So lots of quality of life improvements across this new update. Very happy with the changes. A lot of these are ones that we've been asking for a long time now, and others are ones that I hadn't even heard anyone mentioning, but I am still very happy to see them being implemented. I was really hoping for a weapon tuning or rebalancing to come along with this update as well, but I suppose we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for that, unfortunately. Either way, this is still shaping up to be a very good event. Really looking forward to playing it across the next couple of weeks, but let me know in the comments what you think and what change or feature are you most excited about. But that's going to bring us to the end of this video, guys, so if you did enjoy it, please leave a like, because it really does help the channel out. Follow me on Twitter, the link will be in the description below. Subscribe if you're new around here so you don't miss a video, and as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.